crazy mid-round situations, creating situations that just should not be happening and are very hard to deal with. But we are into it. It is the pistol here, Fnatic on the CT side of Nuke, and Team Liquid already looking to find their way down to that lower bomb site.
Fly on the ramp. Just sending some shots towards Flush's position, suggesting that someone's waiting for him, but he will creep forward anyway. He has to. JW's looking for the knife. Is he got his knife out? I think he has, and there he is. Knifing Elige in the back. That's one of the new corners on new Nuke, and he's making good use of it. Stopping the bomb plant as well, delaying things, but now it's Flush is on his own from that ramp position. 1 versus 3. The bomb needs to be collected. It will be by Naf, and it seems they will rotate towards A.
Yeah, the big rotation. Can Flusher pull this one off? Again, it's a pistol round, you never know. Comes down to those headshots. And the new vent system, it's definitely going to be a little bit more tricky. We'll see Flusher making his best effort though, but he'll already be discovered there. And Taco will be the one to take him down. So, Team Liquid kick things off on that T side with a good economy, and presumably the force buy will be right out there for Fnatic.
JW with the gimmicks. AWP money in the bag. That was quite the knife from him. So again, this is a new corner, so people will not be prepared for that. So at least he got as much out of it as he could, despite not winning the round. So I'm sure the AWP will come through a bit later on. The CZs, though, are out first, and that might be enough here for Fnatic. We'll see how Team Liquid deal with what they surely will assume will be mostly CZs. A scout onto Nafly. Taco and Elige of AK, so lots of long-range weapons. Got to be careful if your team are mostly going outside on the T side, and around such as this, that you don't get pushed through radio room. But their numbers are on the inside for Team Liquid, and Golden's being forced back. So let's see how Fnatic position themselves.
Well, Golden will be positioning himself on the floor, James, as he will get taken down, and Liquid will take that low bomb side without too much issue. It's going to be just 2 players there for Fnatic trying to get some damage out there, but their attempts to do so are falling flat. And that is, I mean, you really don't want to allow Liquid to survive with 5 players, but that's exactly what's going to happen. This is going to be really interesting now, because Fnatic are in a position where Liquid's economy is going to be so sturdy when it eventually comes to the point in which we have Liquid buying guns, that they're going to have to just beat a bunch of consecutive gun rounds from Team Liquid, and that's going to be pretty rough. So we'll have to, I'm really curious also just to see the development of the T-side strategies here from Team Liquid, and maybe they've been working on some new stuff. It's a map which was neglected by a lot of teams actually, but Team Liquid have found some favor here.
So we have 2 kills on Fnatic at the moment, as you mentioned, Dan. This will really raise the pressure for Liquid unless the CTs can get something done. Nafly's going to have his bacon saved by a twist, but he will eventually be finished off. So there's 1 kill at the very least. So again, in a situation like this, even if, well, Fnatic, if they win their first buy round, they'll need to win a second one pretty cleanly as well. Otherwise, that reset button will be headed in their direction. 3 USPs remain, and Liquid look to head towards B perhaps with control of ramp.
One of the words I used previously to describe Liquid was discipline, and so far we're seeing that. Really keeping those losses to a minimum as they once again go to this lower bomb side. It's been a pretty reliable solution for them so far in the opening rounds of Nuke in this series. Now, can Fnatic get anything going here? It's one of those spots where you don't want to give money to the other side by dying. Because, you know, there's still a UMP out there, there's some rifles. The rifle bonus is only $300, but the SMGs is much more. So you kind of want to deny that if you possibly can, especially if you're not in a position to actually set up for traps and for exit frags in an effective way. They've only got USPs, and that's basically it, besides the scouts. So Fnatic are playing it very passively, and looking to see if they can protect that scout. So far, so good.
JW went for quite an investment. Maybe he dropped for some teammates with that knife kill, because he's only got 5,200 now in this round. So it seems they were really going for the force fight. It didn't work out for him. So let's see what he chooses to do. A man notorious for close-range shotguns on Nuke. It'll be the 5 M4s for Fnatic to kick things off. So maybe they had other ideas in mind. Nitro continuing with the SMG. Twist with the Galil, which is good for has higher than average armor penetration for a rifle. Right then, looks like a wall of smokes may kick things off here for Team Liquid.
Slow beginnings. No AWP though, indeed. The sniper is lacking for the Fnatic side, but it's nuke. You can play it in a lot of different ways, and you can see that they're just going to try to control and keep tabs on what your opponent is doing movement-wise, keep it under control, but the speed was perhaps a bit too much. Nitro in there with the first frag there, opening things up. Elige follows up quickly onto Crims, and now it is a 4v3 for Team Liquid as they look to still breach this lower bomb site. Golden's made his way down there, as has JW, the only players remaining for Fnatic. And Team Liquid, they put their foot firmly on the brake, James.
Yeah, I think Flusher was playing a dangerous game with those grenades, especially the smoke grenade. If you see how Shox used to drop a smoke there, he would just be holding the smoke and just shoulder peeking until he sees someone drop the smoke immediately. You can see what the slightest delay can do to you, and it's left Fnatic in a pretty bad spot. From that point onwards, they were playing catch-up. With that frag, unanswered frag, maybe they are still in this. Golden exposed on the high ground, and no one's there to trade. JW coming in late, and Fnatic won't win their first buy round. Very good start for Team Liquid.
Yeah, they played that so well. It's just that textbook move. You know, you play out at the start of the round. It's very quick, and if you're able to gain some very rapid ground and get some picks along the way, you have all this time on the clock, so you don't have to rush. Instead, you can just create a spot where you hold, and you see what the other team does. And if the other team has no information, they either have to try to find it, which means that they'll take a risk and you can probably frag them easily, or they'll split up, which makes the attack easier if you wait. So perfectly played so far from Liquid. You get the quad grenades here. If
you see on the camera how much Twist is chewing right now, how on earth is he communicating when he's chewing like that? Like, I'm going toward the board.
So actually, funnily enough, so there was a player in Quake 4 who won many tournament circuits and was undefeated. He was always chewing gum when he was playing his games. And supposedly, when you're chewing gum, it actually increases your focus. Apparently, motorcyclists do it as well for that reason. Don't know if there's any too much science to back that up, James, but you can give it a go.
Why don't they get those horse things? Those chewy horse things and just dribble everywhere. That's probably why they don't do it. Maybe there are other reasons. Fashion that. All right, back on the buy round for Fnatic. They will enjoy maximum loss bonus. And we see JW on the AWP as one would expect. I have to say, I am surprised that he didn't have one on a buy round after the knife in the first one. But here we are, AWP and a smoke grenade. So perhaps this can be the difference for the side. Crims of a Molotov towards the squeaky door in case there's a fast play by the T side. And that might be a deterrent from in the future. I'm sure they will hear a Molotov in the A side. Nafly jumping up and getting slammed down by JW. To flick onto Twist as well on the silo. Quick success here for Fnatic.
Beautiful stuff from JW. Really, really clean snaps. Very good way to start things off after a bit of a dry spell. Elige makes his way into the vents. This could pose some problems here for Fnatic. He's just waiting for a good moment, but one of the unfortunate things for him is the fact that he's not got too many teammates left alive to really create a distraction, a gap in the defense for him to capitalize on. So he will continue to get information, scouting out around this lower bomb site. JW takes the moment to reload. 50 seconds on the clock here for Team Liquid to make a move. Attacker incredibly weak, as we can see. And with all the information that has been gathered by Elige, there's only really one call here, and they have to breach the ramp to do it. And Flush is there, ready and waiting. Nice little off angle. Should be good enough to handle this two-man push. We'll see if that's the case, though, as they go for the peak. Flusher very fast onto the first one. That's the weak player down. Up to Nitro now to make the cross. He's got the bomb. In comes Elige to offer some support. And that is goal! Just before he could toss the Molotov, he is denied. What a round from JW.
Stands up and shoots him in the cranium. Really important round for Fnatic, and it sends a statement when you're getting punished for things like that, trying to look over the smoke. No trade either. And I think they survived with 3 or 4 players there, Fnatic, so that is also really important because, of course, Team Liquid are falling over money at the moment. Elige with $10,000.
Both those shots from JW were nuts. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, the first player was visible for maybe, you know, less than 100 milliseconds. He just snaps him down. The second shot was an amazing, quick adjustment as well. I don't think they can count on JW doing that at the start of every round.
How long is he going to last? How long is he going to last? No blinking. More blinking.
Hold.
My name is Jeff. It's still going. Oh, the cameraman gave in. Give that man a prize. We've got Chumageddon here on Team Liquid side. Back with the 5 AKs now. Back into the round. This time the squeaky door is blown off. Might have a part to play later on. Liquid using that distraction to move quickly through into the yard area, and this might be an unexpected boost. Didn't really see these angles being held by T-Sides, trying to catch a sniper off guard, but nothing doing just yet.
Yeah, of course, you know, it's very, very fresh in the memories. JW on the outside with that AWP, causing carnage. But he's taken a completely different angle, much more passive, and that's a smart way to play it, because Team Liquid may, in this round, they could have been trying to respond to JW playing forward in the yard, and there could be a whole slew of tactics that would be employed to defeat him, but he's just going to take that out of the picture, playing very passively, misses a shot, easily falls back into safety, and the effort really is on Team Liquid right now. They've got to make the move. They have no grenades left. They've got one Molotov. That's it. And they don't have a bomb site. That's usually quite a bad sign.
JW's fallen back to the ramp position, which means that Flusher is almost compromised, but they know what they have conceded Fnatic, so Flusher's looking above the ladder. Does Nafly have the speed to deal with this? Can there be a distraction elsewhere? You see Flusher shuffling left to right. He's got Existence below him on the site now, and now Existence exposed. You see him repositioning below. He's got to be careful. He's got to block himself from the hut position so he doesn't get double peeked. The Liege will go down to his doom, and there's the 180 from Existence, but he can't trade fast enough.
Yeah, quick 2 versus 3. Now JW is called into action, rotating through the radio room. A very quick frag from Golden, but he can't stop the bomb from going down. He can't buy JW more time, and that will be the end of JW at the hands of Taco. 6-1, a brutal reset round there for Fnatic at the hands of Team Liquid. They are having the perfect start to this series.
That is devastating on your CT side to win all but one round. Well, only the one round, and then get reset immediately. It's going to be rough for them. We might see some shotguns in the next round, because I think some people would be able to buy 2 or 3 people based on how many they had survived that one round that they won at Fnatic. So they can make use of the shortcomings, put a Mag 7 or an SMG, a cheap SMG, towards the squeaky door position. We'll have to wait and see. For now, it will be the pistols, the one HE grenade on JW. It's been a while since we've seen a successful array of grenades flying towards the boxes, the T-boxes in the yard. I feel like it's almost been years. Maybe there's the odd asterisk here and there, but it's not what it used to be. We saw 5 grenades thrown, actually I think 3 grenades thrown earlier, with very limited success. And there it goes, nothing doing once again. So we've got the USPs for the most part. The CZ on Exist. JW hiding behind the blue box there. Maybe he can get something done. He'll have the sound cues. There he is creeping, but there's a Liege to trade.
Yeah, just doing the basics here. Nasty little, actually a couple things there from Flusher. Able to finish off a Liege, a 3v2, but just USPs left. No guns recoverable for the remainder of Fnatic so far. And we'll see Flusher unable to have any vision there due to the smoke. Golden has a nice cheeky off angle here. It's always a little bit annoying trying to come into this upper bomb side. Taco will swiftly deal with him though. Flusher will manage to steal himself the AK. And he gets some damage with that. And he can try going for this. There is plenty of time on the bomb. He has no kits, but the Molotov will be potentially useful to eliminate certain positions. But it seems with the smoke, the deployment of the smoke, it seems like he's not interested anymore.
The smoke is a GG. If he runs through the smoke, he dies. He can't run to Squeaky, to Mini, because they'll hear him running and it will be a 2 versus 1. They'll both be facing the same way. So he will take the conservative route, try to make it costly for Team Liquid, and try to hold on to the AK. That AK might make the difference over an M4 in the next round. Just making sure he's safe from the bomb, and he can go and save in CT spawn. So And almost definitely now, with that AK saved, we will see a buy coming in. Ooh.
Wow, Carrera. Maybe Carrera will be getting that face at Fiat, James, because that is a lot of points.
Yeah, congratulations to Carrera. It wasn't him. He's not happy. Kind of looks like Get Right.
I was going to say that, yeah.
All right then, 7-1 for Team Liquid. Fnatic on the buy once again. JW on the sniper.
Yes, and with opportunity, he's been pretty damn good. It's just that Team Liquid have been very good at denying opportunity. It might be the case that in the previous buy round where we saw JW unable to really do too much, it was partially due to the fact that he respected Team Liquid a lot. He went very passive after having a lot of success going aggressive outside, so hopefully we'll see a bit more action taken by JW in this round. But Team Liquid, they've had so much success on the lower bomb site and breaching ramp. Looks like they want to do so once more.
1 minute 10 on the clock. Taco trying to run distraction, trying to pull people towards him. He's trying to be a giant magnet in the A site when a ramp push comes in. Golden will not be caught off guard. Repositioning, sees the head of a Liege and runs back. How many can he tell his team are on ramp though? How many did he hear? Choosing to fight, Nafla gets taken down, but he's got a lot of information despite the 1-to-1. Liege moving through to the control room now. JW though, seems he's been practicing these angles, but is he ready for this one? Apparently he is, showing some leg and getting the frag. 2 versus 4 now, and the bomb still hasn't gone down. 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that bomb was actually left in ramp for the longest time. Taco will try to peek onto JW. Success has found Liquid now. Less than 30 seconds, have a chance now thanks to Taco, but still a 2v3, still a man deficit to try and deal with. As Taco will make his way back around. And they can have a crossfire with Twist. Oh, not quite ready for it is Twist though. The door opened a little bit too late for the trade, and Crims and Flusher will do the damage to secure the round. And that's 2 on the board, but there's still such a long way to go to salvage this off.
So for those of you wondering what the water is on the B bomb side, if I'm not mistaken, nuclear rods, when they're no longer usable, they are stored in water to keep them cool. The temperature is regulated, so that's probably what that water is on nuke. W knows his angles, man. He's been in a training room.
That's a good fact, James, but is it better than my chewing gum fact? That's the question.
Only the people can decide. Not you or I.
Crims. What was he called in the intro video? A bald-headed assassin? I can dig it. Well, the outside presence coming in from Liquid once again, just creeping behind this smoke. They've had a lot of different approaches to how they manage outside, but Flusher ready to meet this with that AK-47. Oh, he flicks way too far to the left. Twist will take him down, and they'll have quick access to the lower portions of the bomb site. Golden, though, looking to stop things. Will be able to hold the push, stem the tide for the moment, but Team Liquid still have loads of time in this 4v3 to try to work this bomb site.
Crims picked off, Exist trying to trade, and disaster is striking once again for Fnatic. Flusher's not having the best of times around that secret position.
Oh no. The reset again, James.
They are.
It's the nightmare.
They're in the
nightmare.
bin. They're in the bin. They've been picked up and they've been put in the bin.
They've been put into Bane's pit.
Insta trades there. Just a guesswork for Flusher. Can't know there are 3 people in that position, but yeah, it's causing him a lot of problems. Getting picked off early. 3 HE grenades now. Will they go back to that good old corner spot? They will, but no one's there this time. It's going to be the A-rush from Team Liquid. I don't think anybody's in any position. Going up the ladder now is one of the 5 players, but maybe all the players on the ground can do something, especially through the smoke. Nope. JW, I think he might have had his knife out. 4 more players to 5. Nitro keeping an eye on the potential flank. That guy will get picked off. Okay, now this is a winnable round, but can Exist get to the rifle? No, shoulder picking, but too much shown. Flusher though still has high ground, but he can't get the second burst onto a Liege. That leaves Golden alone with the USP. And with Nitro on full health, that will be the end of the road. 9-2 Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's looking so smooth for them so far. And I have to say, you know, Taco on Team Liquid has been so good. There's been so many moments where he's been able to get these like really impactful multi-frags. I think last round was another good example of that, where, you know, they created another reset situation by the nature of Taco in this very impactful moment of the round, is able to get this lurk through door and just get 2K. You know, there's really, really good stuff from him so far. Ooh, not a good scoreline to be looking at for Fnatic, and they have a good selection of grenades in this round, but they are going to be filled up with a couple SMGs, a FAMAS. Not ideal. Team Liquid so far making quick work of Fnatic. And ECS will be playing a little bit further forward in the huts. Let's see if he can get something here. Does have the push coming in from the radio room as well to combine forces with Golden, and there comes ECS in a timely fashion. Can he get the trade here onto Elige? Elige dodging around, uses the Molotov to buy more space, gets the double, and it's all falling apart once again for the Swedes.
Struggle is real. JW though, he is up against two very heavily tagged players. If you can get the 1 versus 1, Nitro might have the master stroke here, but JW is close to the wall. Gets the 1v1 with Twist, but Twist crouches just in time. One more bullet and that was donezo for him. Who knows if the trade would have been there, but now it's double figures for Team Liquid. Is there a response for Fnatic? Not many more rounds in this half. They need to give themselves some room to breathe moving into half number 2, and you can see the stress on Flusher. He is not enjoying his time around Secret.
Yeah, it's been really, really rough. Right now, Team Liquid are hitting really hard. Their strategic approach is complemented by all the discipline that they've been displaying as well. Great spray control there from Elige, taking down 2 of the pistoling players of Fnatic as they desperately try to get at least some, just some kills on the board. At this point, from an economic perspective, it's hard to make a difference, but at least, you know, it's going to feel nice to get some frags, because right now it feels as though they've been denied even the opportunity to get kills in many of these rounds. And once again, a fairly easy cleanup, a fast round from Team Liquid, 11-2. Half's almost over, James.
On the bio once more, so is Flusher dropping a sniper for someone else, or is he changing his approach on the CT side of Nuke? Let's see where he is headed. Again, in a few different previous rounds, he's been making his way all the way towards Squeaky, trying to smoke it off, not working, trying to take some fights, not working. So where is he going now? 2 rounds on the board. Will it be a simple ramp play, perhaps? Seems like it will. So I think Crims is going to be going towards Secret position instead. JW with some vintage strats here on Nuke. Used to see this a lot from the likes of Astralis and Ninjas in Pyjamas. 1 minute 30. Liquid, perhaps smell a rat. Maybe expect something different now on a new Baran for Fnatic.
Deep position. JW needs to come out with a lot of frags here, at least 2. Ooh, it could be more. There's an easy 2 for him. The third won't come so easily. Naf gets the trade, but the damage has been done. There to Team Liquid. Golden for the follow-up here. If he wins his 1v1, Fnatic are in an amazing position, but will Naf give it to him? Exist, on the other hand, doing some good damage, and indeed, it seems like Fnatic finally winning these duels, and they will be in a 4 versus 1, which must feel fairly nice, considering that it's mostly been the other way so far in this game. Taco has been very dangerous. And a 1v4 from this position is almost a very enjoyable prospect. No pressure to try to find a lot of frags here. He's got 40 seconds. Ooh, the ding just as he thinks he's safe. Just in that very split second that he thinks he's safe.
The second time as well, it's like, let me pull a grenade out. Peaked instantly. That is CSGO timing for you. Everybody can sympathize with that. Much needed aggression here from JW, but is it too little too late? Possible 4 rounds only in this first half of Nuke. This is a disastrous CT side, to put it mildly.
Yeah, I think as well, you know, this is the kind of map where on that CT side, you're not going to see as much of what really makes Fnatic Fnatic. But we'll have to hold that fort for now, because a very quick push coming into the upper bomb side from Team Liquid. I would say changing up the pace, but they've been playing fast. They just haven't been going upper, but that's an incredibly quick way to finish things off. JW with a fast triple, and that'll be the end of the half. And they somewhat salvaged this. 4 rounds, but it's still going to be so rough.
Pistol will, of course, be very key indeed. Finally, Slaughterhouse and JW only in the final round. Moving into half number 2, we see Exist with a flashbang. Everybody else on Kevlar. Exist has dropped to P250 to Crim, so he will be the raid boss. On the CT side, Nitro has a HE grenade. So let's see what he's expecting. A HE grenade and a CZ. So he's playing anti-rush. HE grenade into the hut position, but the numbers are seen outside.
Indeed they are. No quick pick for Naf though. It is instead of Crims to get the first blood as Alicia's dropped. Naf though is getting some good engagement. He's got some crossfires now as well. Right now Fnatic are feeding themselves into the clutches of Team Liquid's defense, and it's not a good look as Crims will be the last survivor, moving quickly down to the lower bomb site. He hasn't got the bomb as well. He needs to go and grab that. He does have plenty of time, and there's a lot of space on the map to work with, as there's only now 4 players alive in total. So what is the play here for Crims? There's so many different approaches that he can go with on this one. The bomb being lost, though, is kind of a problem. I actually thought that bomb was towards Secret, but it seems like it's actually in the garage, which actually makes this incredibly difficult. So it's going to be hard to see Crims pull this one off. 50 seconds. He's got the P250 at least. Very good on range, much better than the Glock.
I think he's taking his time in this position to suggest that he could be coming from ramp, he could be coming from anywhere, which will force the CTs back. As you can see, Taco on the high ground looking inside A at the moment, so maybe the bomb is not being protected after all. He's looking for trade fraggers as well. How does he get a 1 versus 1? He has no idea where these players are. Showed some presence at upper, and he will head towards lower. If he's lucky, maybe he gets a plant behind the plant spot. Ooh, he's going around the world. And in fact, no one's on the high ground now, but he hasn't spotted a player on the low ground, and there's Twist to finish things off. 3 kills for him in that round. Finishes as he started, and that is disaster for Fnatic. They don't get that much needed pistol. Surely they have to force.
Yeah, that was a really interesting spot, because if you can imagine, I mean, there's definitely a world where Crims gets that 1v1, and then he gets the bomb down, and then it's a 1v2 after plant. There's actually becomes a very winnable round. So unfortunately, we were not to see it. Liquid looking to hold their strength there into the pistol round. The worst situations happen. No bomb plant even, no additional cash for fast AKs. They're going to have to just get this done with the force buys. If the force buys fail in these next couple rounds, then so do Fnatic's chances on Nuke, I think. They'll be looking to see what they can get with the Deagles and the Scout early rounds. Liquid playing very passive. Do not want to give anything outside.
4 of the 5 players are outside for Fnatic. They've left the bomb pretty much at the beginning of the entrance to inside Nuke, and that's where JW was. So now the bomb is miles away, so even if they get an opportunity, a window, an opening on a site, they've got to go back and pick up the bomb, which does limit how much success they are likely to have. And now we've got Taco and Twist getting aggressive, which makes things even worse in this force buy. Again, it is a force buy, it's not an eco. Fnatic need to win this round. They are getting peppered and consumed by the likes of Team Liquid. Just now. It's nice, but it's about to be 13-4, or is it? How many more can you do? 5 bullets still loaded Exist. He's got 30 seconds. Trying to double peek.
Oh my god.
You heard the headshot, you wondered whose it was. Turns out it wasn't his.
That was glorious. Yes, let us see it again, yes. Ah, satisfaction. Oh, it's so nice, isn't it? It never gets boring.
It's limited in its glory though, Dan. It's like getting a manicure on a prosthetic leg.
Well, wouldn't it be a pedicure, James?
Whatever, man. I don't know, it was a dodgy leg. Got it from eBay. Things were lost in translation. Charge into the site from Fnatic. Can he transport for the third? No, ran out of mouse space, I think. Mouse pad space. 2 kills Exist. Doesn't have the deagle this time. So 10 rounds deficits for Fnatic.
Yeah, no bomb plants at all at any point here in these rounds for Fnatic. So their money just sucks all the time. Just getting that basic consecutive loss bonus, nothing in addition. And it's definitely a bad start for them in the series. The thing is, if you're a Fnatic fan, you should not despair. This is, I think, just really the worst kind of a map that you could start a series for, for Fnatic. So definitely a lot to be said about their Inferno and Cash game, but we're still on Nuke. And Fnatic opting to go outside with a couple of players here. Pretty fast pace. Will Elige be able to stop this with the mere FAMAS? Ooh, the flash comes in, the timing's there for Elige. There's a moment that perhaps he could get a frag, but he's denied. And Fnatic kick off the round with a 5v3.
Possession of ramp and secret at the same time really compromises what Liquid can do to pull themselves back into this round. Fnatic giving them a taste of their own medicine in that secret position. How do you like it? But they still need to win rounds, and a lot of rounds, Fnatic. Liquid will not be too pressured just yet. Nitro, though, there's more than one angle to hold here, but things aren't as bad as maybe they would have been on previous versions of Nuke. Still around to fight for, just under the minute mark here for the Swedes. JW, please don't try and knife. He's not at the right angle. I'll make sure he's dead, though. Extra dead. Twist and Naf remain. Now, what will they do in this position? Are they going to try and do as much damage as possible? You can see the team money is a mere $4,000 for Team Liquid, so I think it's safe territory there. Yeah,
I like that action from JW, though. He's angry, James. I think that's anger that we're seeing. And you know what they say about the anger, James? It leads to the dark side.
Is that what they say?
Something like about that. I mean, you're not the person for movie references, really, so I should know my audience, but let's see whether or not there can be something salvageable here for Fnatic. The T side is, again, like it allows them to really spread their wings. Once they can create situations where, you know, it's a 4v4 with a minute left on the clock, that's where Fnatic really shines on that T side in those particular circumstances. And even on the CT side, they can as well. It's just that Nuke is a map that doesn't allow for you to move around and have as much freedom, because you have to have these very tight formations on your defense, and the formation always has to, in reality, reflect the movement of the terrorist side. So it becomes quite difficult for a team like Fnatic. They want to be looser.
9 rounds. 9 more rounds. 2 M4s are still in play for Team Liquid, but it will be the Kobe to kick things off. That is not the start that Fnatic wanted. Golden made it into oblivion. Exist has some very close angles to deal with, but he's managed to do it. It's going to be a split of the A site pretty quickly, but they need to check CT vents. He's holding angles, the smoke is down. Maybe a splasher to check it, but Nafly's come in from the back. Elige picks up in the meantime. And just like that, it's game point Team Liquid. They only had 2 rifles down.
That's all they needed. Yeah, so it's looking like it could be over soon here in Map1 for Fnatic. You can see a very unhappy Fnatic fan there in the Fnatic jersey. But I really think it's absolutely okay for Fnatic still. You know, Inferno is going to be a fantastic map for them. Obviously, it's a good map for Team Liquid as well, but who isn't good at Inferno at the very top level? It's a good basic. Now, last chance here for Fnatic to get something going, and they've got a Scout, P250 Deagle CZ, and an AK-47. So, it doesn't look too good. A single flashbang as well. I don't know how you make that work, so we'll see what Fnatic can show us.
So they've got some nice map control outside, but nowhere in which they can plant the bomb. So this position from Nitro. He's a hermit crab. He wants to be alone. Spotted by Crimson. How far will Elige overextend to try and find this kill? Because obviously they know where Nitro is. Looks like he wanted to smoke to create some space, but Elige has a look. And the numbers run down. There's a flashbang, but Crims has an angle, but Crims is alone now, almost. Exists on 1 HP. And there it is, 16-5. Team Liquid with a swift and decisive victory on Nuke.
Yeah, that's absolutely the way you want to win a map, isn't it? Just never really a doubt, never really having to go too deep into your playbook or really worry about any of these situations. No tension whatsoever. All